Welcome back, everyone, to our Donovan McNabb episode 5. Zach, how are you doing?
Baby. Good, how are you?
I'm pretty good. Michigan won.
Hey, Penn State did too, baby.
Yeah.
Going all the way this year.
You hope.
I do want to start this podcast on a sad note, though. We lost a very, very good hockey player over the past couple of days, Johnny Gaudreau, and we just wanted to send our thoughts and prayers out to the family. It's tragic to see.
It's really disappointing.
Only 31 and 29, I think the boys were, so
Yep.
both had bright careers are coming, but
Yeah. If you drink, please get an Uber.
yes, we hype on that. If you decide to drink, decide to Uber, or
Yes.
decide to have plans of you not driving.
All right. Well, speaking about hockey, Flyers preseason starts this month, and as of this recording, 19 days on September 22nd.
Let's go Flyers.
Yeah. Fly or die.
Not much to
Yeah, it's still very,
hype
very
on with
play.
that. I'm excited to see what the goalie situation is going to be like. If Sam Easton is going to be net, if it's going to be that Russian kid, Fedorov, if he's going to be in net mostly, Mitchkov, still got him, how Travis Konechny is going to come out after signing a big contract. But yeah, it's going to be fun to see.
I'm actually excited to pay attention to the Flyers this year.
Yeah.
I haven't done that in a very long time.
We start in the nation's capital, so starting in Washington. So
yeah, I am going in with zero expectations because I haven't followed the Flyers for a very long time. So it'll be nice to relearn the sport again.
Yeah.
Anything else for the Flyers?
No, just new orange or black, baby. It's you.
All right. You got anything for the Sixers?
Only thing I have is, as of a couple of days ago, we're a month away from the start of the season.
Yep.
Exciting. Excited.
I think game 1's against the Bucks.
Yep.
When we're in like 3 weeks, 4 weeks, we will take a long portion of the episode and actually do our predictions. We'll write down our predictions beforehand and just touch on some notable stuff. The 2K25 ratings for teams and entire rosters came out a few days ago. I want to tell you a few of them. The Sixers are an 83 overall, tied with 7 teams for the second highest rating.
Okay.
Joel Embiid is a 96. I think he's the 5th highest rated player. Now, I'd say like a month, 2 months ago, came out that him and Jokic were tied for the highest at 98. So I don't know what changed in that a little bit, but he's now 96. Tyrese Maxey and Paul George are both not 89s.
At 89? Okay.
Yeah. Paul George, I think he's been around that like 88 to 90, 91 rating for a few years. I stopped playing 2K. But Tyrese Maxey, I'm so happy to see he's getting the love that he deserves, and he's an 89.
Yeah.
Kelly Oubre, Andre Drummond, they're both 79. Kyle Lowry, 78. Caleb Martin and Eric Gordon, 76. KJ Martin and Reggie Jackson, 75. RC4, Ricky Council, 74. Jeff Downton Jr., 71. Jared McCain, rookie, 70. Gershon Yabusele, our newest signing, 69. And Adam Bana, 68.
I was gonna say, if you have this, so be it. If you don't, it's okay too. Where does McLean rank on rookie? Like, is he a high rated rookie?
I don't have it written down or anything. I think he's in like top 15 to top 20.
Gotcha. So that's good.
Yeah. 2K's good with that. Start of the season will be a low rating for most players, and then they'll gradually go up every few weeks even.
Gotcha.
Like Embiid had a 70-point game last year. I think his rating bumped up that night.
Okay.
So
I do remember that.
yeah, that's one good thing 2K does. They bump up people's ratings mostly when they deserve it.
I feel like they are the only ones that bump up.
Yeah. Like Madden has their ratings that fluctuate. Like they'll have their big update and not much really changes.
Yeah.
All right. You want to hop into the Phillies now?
Yeah. Sure. Castellanos. I want to start with him.
All right. Big one out of the way first.
Yeah, let's just get one big one out of the way. It's the top of my notes. I feel like he's having the best second half
Yeah.
out of any Philly.
Right.
And the only thing I'm worried about is he also had the best second half last year.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, let's hope he doesn't.
This year feels a little bit different.
Yeah, it does. And what he just hit a walk off Sunday night.
Yeah.
Put a beautiful ball
walk offs in the last week or two.
Yeah, something like that.
But speaking of walk offs, he is our walk off leader this year with 24. In 2024, he has 4.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Last year it was Bohm with 3. Before that, in 2022, was Hoskins with 2. Who do you think was it in 2021? He was just released by the team that signed him.
Roman Quinn.
Nope. Gene Segura. He had 4 in 2021.
Forgot he, yeah.
And then 2020 again was Bohm.
Okay.
With 2. 2019 Harper with 2. 2018 Aaron Altherr with 2. And 2017 Tommy Joseph and Freddie Galvis were tied at 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I loved Castellanos' comment. I don't know if you saw the post game on Sunday. I think that is the dumbest Sports Center reporter I think I've ever listened to.
Anyone who watched it happen could tell it wasn't his phone.
Yeah. And then she was like, "What did you see on that 4-seam fastball?
Yeah.
And how did it work for you?" And he goes, "Did you?"
Right.
I just hit a walk-off single. Like,
yeah.
That's how it did it for me.
She asked questions that everyone already knew the answer to.
Yeah. I was like, you really qualify for your job, or like,
right.
I
don't know. Even like the announcers, from what I heard in the game, I don't really care for them. A lot of them seem like they're more fans of the Braves, which I don't need them to be fans of the Phillies. I just want them to not have
neutral
bias. Yeah, I want neutral. If we're not going to have our home announcers, I want neutral announcers.
Yeah. But it caps off winning 3 straight series, which is big. Big for any team out there. No matter if you're the best team in the league, if you're the worst team in the league, it still makes it.
When Taijuan Walker didn't pitch, we went 7-1 against the Royals, Astros, and Braves.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a great tie-in. I wanted to get our thoughts out there of putting him back in the bullpen.
Very curious to see how that goes. Because we saw how it went with Turnbull. It made him much worse, but Walker can't get much worse, so maybe it'll actually help.
I don't see where the long man comes into play.
Yeah. Maybe like a Tyler Phillips game or something if he's pitching.
Yeah.
But even then, he'll get 5 or 6 innings.
But my thoughts are more of where's Cookland coming to play? Does he
True.
pitch every other week?
Yeah.
Is he
He's
one
been
of those
doing really well.
guys? Yes. Is he one of those guys that come in and like the 6th, Strom comes in at 7, Hoffman comes in the 8th, and then you throw your close out there for the 9th?
Right. But I
So,
do think Estevez and Hoffman are going to be the closers in the playoffs.
yes. I thought I saw that. Sorry, it's been a busy work week for me.
Yeah.
I thought I saw that Jose is coming back.
Yes, he is. I actually had something written down about that.
Got it.
He didn't get into his specifics, but he is back. He went to Venezuela for a personal matter. Didn't really want to get into anything about it. Didn't tell anyone anything, but he thanks his teammates and his fans for all the support.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
we hope everything. We continue to hope everything's okay with him.
Yeah, I'm happy he's back.
Happy he's back.
Okay.
Hopefully he can be back to his normal self, and
Yeah.
a 3-headed monster as a closer would be great for the playoffs.
Right. He
Three
seems
different
like someone who does
choices.
get better when it comes to the playoffs.
He does.
He feeds off that energy that the bank has.
And there's a lot of people, I feel like you could say the same about Strom.
Yeah.
Um,
Most of our roster is that way.
I was going to say, look at Strom. What night was it? Was it Sunday night? I think it was Sunday night when he threw like 20-something pitches.
Yep.
And he just got fired up after.
Yeah.
I was like, just wait until the bank has max capacity.
Yeah.
Because
I don't know why it just reminded me, but did you see the thing on Twitter? Braves fans said, I think end of July, that the Braves are down like 7 games or whatever. By Labor Day, they'll be above the Phillies.
Yeah.
Well, they're still 7 games below.
They're still 7 games below, which, again, is good for us.
Yeah.
So, just need to keep winning.
Yeah.
I forget who we play tonight.
We are in Toronto. I think we have 2 games in Toronto.
So,
yeah,
it's going to be...
But really quick about the Braves, did you see what Castellanos' mom said?
I did not.
So the Braves posted September 1st, final, Phillies 3, Braves 2. And the next morning, she goes, Mama Cassie checking in, just making sure you're recovering.
I actually did see that.
Yeah. So it shows us where Castellanos gets his funny comments from.
Yeah.
I've seen it at least 8, 9, 10 times now, and I still laugh every time I read it.
It's fun, and again, like you said, we see where he gets his swagger from.
Right. It seems like their whole family is just really, really funny.
Yeah. You see it through his kids just as funny too. Like,
yeah, Liam is awesome.
I wonder why we haven't seen Liam much this year.
Yeah.
Which
I never thought about that.
Maybe he just wants to be a kid.
Maybe
that's all.
Yeah, maybe probably in sports or something.
Well, I know he plays baseball. Obviously, he plays baseball.
Right.
But maybe he just wants to be a kid for a little bit and come back during the playoffs. And
yeah.
Bright spot there. But staying on the division spots and all that kind of fun stuff. Magic numbers to make the playoffs as of a couple days ago is 17 games. To clinch an NLE spot is 19 games.
Okay.
And to clinch a first round bye is 23.
Okay.
All doable numbers. Again, I don't see too many teams on the rest of the schedule to be like, well...
Like, I still think we play the Mets twice.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think we play the Mets twice. I think it's very doable
Yeah,
to get to that 23 mark.
yeah,
But like we've talked about, I'm pretty sure we talked about this last week. The just staying in your rhythm.
yeah.
I don't know if I want that for Soundbine, because look what it did to
Right.
the
At the
Dodgers the
same
past
time,
couple years.
knock on wood, we don't get more injuries, but that bye could help our team stay healthy.
Yes.
Yeah.
And at this point, we hope Bohm recovers well. And I've seen that he hasn't been in the lineup recently. Hopefully, he comes back
Yeah, he
soon.
has a hand injury. It's the exact same injury that he had a couple years ago, too. The
Gotcha.
exact same spot, the exact same hand, everything about it is the exact same.
So hopefully, he can finally get that healed up
Yeah,
once and for all.
yeah,
And then the rest of the time, just try to get to the playoffs healthy.
So
Don't.
even with Bohm, we're still doing really well because Sosa, he is an amazing player. He pretty much any spot that we've needed him to fill in this year, he has filled in. He even tried to play left field at one point this year, just because we needed that.
Yeah.
He's just an unbelievable player. I don't think there's one bench player in the rest of the league that is better than him.
No. And I said that I had a question for you that I wanted to ask when you brought up Sosa. That would have you having a field day for. Under this jersey, I'm wearing my 2022 World Series sweatshirt.
Yeah.
My question to you and to everyone that's listening, make sure to drop it down in the comments. Is Sosa the 2022 or the 2024 version of the 2022 Gene Segura?
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
because if you remember from, I know you went huge into the Phillies.
Yeah, that's when I started getting into the Phillies.
But you started getting into it. Gene Segura, like we needed him at second. He played second. I'm pretty sure he played like third a couple times.
Yeah.
He was playing short. I think, if I remember correctly, they also wanted him somewhere in the outfield. Not 100% sure.
Yeah. That playoff run is when I got really, really, really back into the Phillies. Before that, I wasn't into them as much as I am now. Since we had Freddie Galvis, Cesar Hernandez, Maikel Franco.
Yeah. But will Sosa help us? Because Sosa was, if you don't remember, Sosa was we acquired him at the deadline in 2022.
Yeah.
And he was with Gene, and is that why not Gene? Is that why Sosa is so there? Like, did Gene help him get to that spot?
Yeah, that's actually a really good point. I think Gene has a lot to do with that.
And if Stott's not, yes, Stott's a great defensive player, and again, is that because of Gene? Like, was Gene?
Yeah,
he's a great defender,
great role model. Pretty much,
he has never been a big bat, but
yeah,
the fielding is where it comes in the most.
But even not being a big bat, he had so many clutch hits in that playoff run.
Yeah.
Like, they weren't home runs, they were bloopers to the outfield that were base hits, and people got home because of it.
I would say I would love to bring him back.
Yeah, he was just released by the Orioles in the last week. I just don't think we have a spot for him.
Yeah. Especially, you have Wilson up. You have
Wilson, Clemens.
Yeah.
Speaking of Cody Clemens and Tyler Phillips are both back up on the big league roster because it was bumped up to 28, I think.
I believe so, yes.
Okay. Then I wasn't. Oh, speaking of getting promoted, Aiden Miller is up to Reading now.
I opened my Twitter and I saw Aiden Miller, but then it like disappeared. Like
Yeah,
Twitter does.
that's
Which
so
is
annoying. Yeah.
That's what that was.
Yep.
He was getting bumped up. That's
Yep.
good.
You're right. I'm excited to see him play. It
I'm
makes me want to
excited.
go to a Reading game now. I was just at the
Coming.
Iron Pigs. I have never seen a no doubter home run like in person. I think Cal Stevenson was leading off. First or second pitch, no doubter, home run. The Iron Pigs destroyed the Mets while I was there.
That's good.
But Acuna, the Mets second baseman, Syracuse Mets, not New York Mets, obviously. Luis Angel, or however you say his name. I don't know if he's related to Robert Acuna or not, but he got nailed in the head while he was trying to steal a base. Yeah, but he stayed in the rest of the game.
That's good.
Yeah, but yeah, David Dahl, Buddy Kennedy, Cal Stevenson, Cody Clemens, all those players did so well. I'm definitely forgetting names, but the entire Iron Pigs roster did really well. Colby Allard pitched a good game, at least the time that I was there. It's really impressive how good our minor league teams are.
I was just about to say I don't want to stay on the minor league topic for long, but if you want to, we can stay here. Our minor league team, I feel like each team is a level above the level they are.
Yeah. The Iron Pigs could definitely be doing better than the White Sox right now.
I was going to say, I work for the Cincinnati Reds. I think that the Iron Pigs could probably beat the Cincinnati Reds.
Wow.
Sorry to my employers. Please don't fire me, but that it might be a true statement because it's low MLB professional players on a minor league team that just don't have a spot.
Right.
That's all it is.
A lot of other teams, their minor league team is because they're not that good or they're, in their opinion, too young to come to the MLB. But the Iron Pigs, almost everyone on the Iron Pigs roster has been up in Philly this year.
Except for Scott Kingley. Which,
yeah.
He's still a good player. Like, he's still there.
Just the entire time we've had him, we haven't
had a spot for him.
Right. Which I'm kind of surprised they haven't traded him. I'm happy they haven't because I like him.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Like, he could be a good player on any other team.
Right. He could probably start for a few teams.
He could probably. But again, that brings up the questions of last week. I forgot to look this up. I wanted to. Is that the type of like, hey, if we get the first round bye, can we bring up minor league guys to play the actual Phillies? Because it's almost a MLB versus MLB matchup. So
even pitchers would still be the thing. But speaking of, while I was at the game, it was really neat to see the being able to challenge balls and strikes and everything, the robo-umps. It's really neat to see. I completely forgot it was in the minors.
Yeah, I've been to a couple minors games this year. It's weird because you're like, oh, that's a bad call, and you're looking away. And then you look back, and it's like the guy's walking down the first, and you're like, huh? What just happened?
Yeah.
And you look up at the screen, and they're showing the challenge, and you're like, oh, that's pretty cool. I actually can't wait for it to be in the majors.
Same.
There's been a lot of games this year where, like, I feel like it would help.
I agree.
And I get it. Like, I know umpires all human. They all...
Yeah, there's human error.
I don't know if you've seen the video from Sunday night from the cam.
Bryce Harper single. That's what I was going to bring up next.
Beautiful view, but it just goes to show that what the umpire is actually looking at and how hard it is to see every angle and low and high.
Yeah, the thought that gave me though was why don't we ever see that when they're reviewing a play?
I don't know. Because you can't, I know you can't challenge, in the MLB, you can't challenge a pitch call.
Right. But, no, what I'm saying is their second base umpire, he had a camera on as well. And I saw a clip of one of like Bryson Stott's steals or something like that. And
Oh, you're saying why don't we have that camera all the time? That
yeah,
camera view all the time?
yeah.
Yeah, I'm guessing there's a reason there's
Well,
some.
I'm assuming it was ESPN's cameras, like how
Yeah.
sometimes in the NFL they'll make someone up for like an entire game and talk to him
Yeah.
throughout the game. I think it had something like that because it was
Yeah.
an ESPN game. It had the cameras.
I liked it.
Yeah, I
Again,
agree.
you see what the ump's looking at.
Right.
Um,
It's kind of like police wearing a body cam.
yeah, and especially you can hold them accountable because they could be like, oh yeah, I was looking, but actually
Right.
I actually was looking at third because
Yeah.
I was looking behind the play.
Yeah.
So
Oh, sorry, I blinked. I didn't see that.
yeah, but it just goes to show, like, yeah, they blinked. It could a matter of moments
Right.
or seconds count. So
Right. Speaking of Phillies, Wheeler 100 wins.
yeah, go Wheel.
Yeah, wheeling and dealing. Keep doing
Yeah.
it. I wanted to figure out how close all the other Phillies pitchers were to like big milestones, but I completely forgot to look it up until I just said this now.
I was gonna say the only other well, I guess there could be some 50s in there, but I was gonna say everyone else
Yeah,
Nola's probably
Nola.
the only other one,
Yeah,
and he's got to be close.
yeah. Actually, I'll just look it up now.
But yeah, I definitely think that he's going to
Oh, Nola's at 102.
oh, is he?
I think we talked about his 100th win a few weeks ago.
Did we? We probably did, and we just didn't realize
Yeah,
it.
even if we didn't talk about it on the podcast, we definitely talked about it in person.
Well, Nola has 100 wins, guys. If you didn't know that. But no, could one of them be a Cy Young candidate? Yes.
True. I really, really, really thought Ranger was until he got injured.
Yeah, and he was.
Yeah.
Him and the Cubs Japanese pitcher. I forget what his name is.
Yeah, I can picture him. But Christopher Sanchez, he's also been really, really good this season.
And yeah, and it just goes to show, what problem, not a bad problem, a good problem we're gonna have when playoffs comes around, because are you gonna throw a 5-man rotation? Are you gonna throw a 3-man rotation? Are you gonna throw a 4-man rotation? Like where's the rotation gonna go?
I think it has to be 4. I think it's gonna be Wheeler, Nola, Ranger, and Sanchez. Christopher Sanchez.
I would also love if Turnbull could come back.
Yeah.
This will be a best case scenario. Turnbull comes back, or even with Taijuan, because Taijuan can have good 3 to 4 innings. Have a 3-man rotation, because then you have Ranger and Walker and Turnbull, who all can come in.
Yeah.
If Sanchez gives up 3 early runs, be like, okay, you know what? We're actually going to go to Ranger, and Ranger has bullpen experience.
Yeah.
And Walker will get some bullpen experience this year for the rest of the year, and Turnbull has the experience too. So
yeah. The answer to that question will be 1, if Turnbull comes back, when he does, because he is available. He's been available for a little over a week now, I believe. He was available before the Astros series started.
Gotcha.
I don't think he's started any rehab. At least I haven't heard anything about it. Walker, we'll see how he does in the bullpen. See how they feel about all that. But if we don't have either of those guys that like we quote unquote trust,
Yeah.
I do see them putting Ranger or Christopher Sanchez in the bullpen.
Yeah,
Just so that they have that guy that they know can come in at
but
any
again,
point.
and it kind of goes to show, especially if you have those three. We all keep bringing up last year. Last year this, last year that. Last year for, I want to say for the Phillies, the Eagles, for the Flyers, for the Sixers. Maybe not the Flyers because the Flyers got close to the playoff spot when they were shouldn't. But it was a disappointing year for the whole city of sports.
Yeah. Yep.
But there were some of those times where Nolan Wheeler in Arizona just couldn't get it done.
Yeah.
Bring in a new pitcher.
Right.
And
like, yeah, you want to trust your big guys, but if they're not doing well, they're not doing well. It's end of story. You bring someone else in. You want to win the game.
Yeah. You want that game to be won, and
yeah, you don't want a Taijuan Walker situation where you keep putting him back in, hoping he does better,
and
then more runs and runs just pile up.
Yeah, and again, you can if that's Sanchez in the playoffs. I believe it's going to be Ranger because Ranger just has that.
Yeah.
Like there are some times where Ranger like picks the ball up and like looks at it and throws it up, catches it, and goes, I guess I'll throw it to first now. Some of those times I'm just like, just throw the ball. Just throw the ball.
Yep.
I'm like, you're stressing me out. Just.
But at the same time, he has that, what's a word I'm looking for?
Swagger. Confidence.
Yeah. He has that confidence that like a closer would need.
Yes. And, well, he did close the NLDS in 2022 out.
Yeah, that's true.
So he's got. But talking about closers, Estevez.
Yep.
His new celebration you were trying to teach me. Not even gonna try it. Not a Dragon Ball Z guy yet. Maybe I'll get into it. But his stats recently: 14.2 innings pitched, only 10 hits, a 1.84 ERA, 3 walks, 14 strikeouts, and a .88 WHIP.
Wow.
Which,
yeah,
you've now got Estevez, you've got Hoffman, you've got Alvarado coming back, you've got Strom who's pitching well, you've got Kirkling who's pitching well, Ruiz, I think his name is.
Jose Ruiz.
He's pitching good.
Yeah, we got a lot of options.
Now you have Taijuan back there. And I know I'm missing someone.
Yeah.
But you just have those guys, and then the playoffs come, you do a 3-man rotation, and you throw Christopher or Ranger back there. You have a undefeated bullpen back there.
Right. And any of our starters can pitch 8 innings.
Yeah.
If needed.
They could very well go 8 innings, and you don't even need half of those guys. You just need 2 of those guys every other night.
Yeah.
But
speaking of like upcoming games and stuff, I looked it up. We got 2 in Toronto, and then we go down to Miami for 4. Then we're home against the Rays for 3. Home against the Mets for 3. Then we go to Milwaukee for 3. Then we go to New York against the Mets for 4. And then we're home for the Cubs, and we finish off the year in Washington for 3.
The only one that actually scares me, and of being a losing series, there's one team that they shouldn't scare me, and it's the Miami Marlins. We'll always just.
Yeah, I know. I've been to 3 games this year, and first 2 games were wins. I was there for our first win of the season against the Braves. I was there for our win against the Brewers, and I went to a Marlins game, and that's the game that we lose.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
Marlins always give us issues.
Except for in the playoffs when we
Yeah,
swept them out.
yeah. That's when Bryson Stott was hitting well.
But yeah, that bullpen, that schedule, the Cassie hitting hot. It seems like Schwarber's hitting hot.
Yeah, well,
Harper's
not
starting
really.
to hit.
Schwarber's in a slump right now.
Yeah.
Before that, yes, he was hitting hot.
Harper's hitting hot. You've got Stubbs that comes off the bench and hits good.
Yeah, Yusuf has
JT,
surprised me in the last month.
you still have JT that's hitting good. Stott's defensive work is great.
Yeah, Marsh is even hitting right now.
Marsh is hitting. Rojas is making highlight after highlight after highlight plays, and then is going and doing it with the bat too.
Yeah,
Slott's hitting a couple home runs. It's just all of that factors into making these magic numbers look like you have 5 more games that you have to win. You have
Right.
2 more games you have to win. You have 6 more games. Like, it just makes it easy. And when you hear that you're playing the third best NL team, the Brewers, for 3, you look at this lineup, you look at the bullpen, you look at the pitching rotation. You have, we didn't even talk about that. You have what could be 2 top 5 Cy Young candidates
yeah,
at the beginning of that. Then you have Ranger, then you have
yeah,
Christopher Sanchez, and then now you have Tyler Phillips, which he's good, and he's that perfect fifth rotation guy.
he really is. And in coming years, I see him becoming a really good pitcher.
Yeah. It's just from through and through the lineup. It's hard to just look at a whole.
Yeah,
Connor's
but
hitting well.
for that same reason, I don't see us resigning Turnbull this offseason.
Yeah.
Which, sad to hear. I really liked him, but I just don't see it happening.
Unless he signs to be in that bullpen.
Yeah, but
Ruiz goes
he
somewhere.
he really does want to start, though.
Yeah.
But that's
Or maybe
counting on
Tyler
us.
Phillips gets moved to the bullpen.
True, maybe.
Tyler Phillips is also still young, so.
Yeah, he's really young. Do you have anything else you want to touch on for the Phillies? Like any big things?
Just stay healthy.
Yeah.
That's all we need. That's all we
Yeah.
can hope and play for. But pretty much.
Yeah. I have the Phillies win-loss splits this season. I've never looked into it before, but it was really interesting when I did. During night games this year, we're 58 and 33. During day games, we're 23 and 23. Right-handed starter, 50 and 36. Left-handed starter, 31 and 20. In one-run games, we're 19 and 18, which kind of worrisome. We only win half the games where it's within a run. Home games were 47-25. Road games were 34 and 31. So we're 500 or better in every category.
Except for, did you say 31 and 34 or 34 and 31?
I might have said 31 and 34, but it's 34 and 31.
God.
Yeah.
I might have heard that wrong. That's great. You don't have a losing record in any of those splits.
Right.
Magnificent.
It's really impressive.
I kind of am wondering why we're better at night games than day games.
I don't know. I think it's because there were more night games.
Yeah, that's not a big factor. I was
But also
just curious.
You see the bank at night. I think that has a very big reason as to why.
Well, I was gonna say you last year we didn't play a game until like dusk or dark, like.
Right. Oh yeah, speaking of Phillies, this Phillies Ghost Energy, probably the best tasting energy drink I've ever had. And I don't drink many energy drinks because I don't like the aftertaste most of them have, but this thing is really good.
One sip, everybody knows the rules. It's a 10.
Yeah.
10.0.
Yep.
But no. I'm gonna end the Philly segment on a GOAT line from the GOAT. October's just around the corner.
Yep. Even their social medias, they're all
Castellanos.
focused on getting the Red October.
Yeah, and that's all we have to look forward to. But
Right.
there's, other than the Brewers, there's not a decent opponent left. So
Right. The Rays are kind of good.
well, fine.
They're the Rays.
Yeah.
To tie us into football, the Phillies were seen wearing NFL jerseys on the plane when they left for their road trip to Toronto.
Oh, okay.
Jeff Hoffman was wearing Marvin Harrison Colts jersey. Wesley
Okay.
Wilson, Chad Johnson Bengals. Garrett Stubbs wearing Jake Elliott. Kirkering wearing Saquon Barkley Eagles jersey. Rob Thompson and Austin Hayes were both wearing Brian Dawkins Eagles. Kyle Schwarber was wearing Ickey Woods Bengals. Sosa and Rojas, Devontae Smith. Zach Wheeler, Deion Sanders Falcons. Caleb Cotham, Earl Campbell Oilers jersey. Carlos Estevez and Tanner Banks were both Jalen Hurts. Max Lazar, Jalen Ramsey. Tyler Phillips, Randall Cunningham. Brandon Marsh, Michael Vick Falcons jersey. That's my favorite one. Taiwan Walker, Ricky Williams Saints jersey. And Castellanos Tua jersey.
Just listening to those, it showed that like some guys, Estevez was probably just like,
yeah, I'm sure.
No, give me the best Eagle. Give me Hurts or something.
I'm sure Estevez and Banks were given Jalen Hurts jerseys.
Yeah, but Schwarber's Ickey.
Yep.
Bengals.
Yep.
Doesn't surprise me at all. He's from Middletown, Ohio. Who was the first Bengal? Was it
Chad Johnson?
Who was wearing it though?
Shoot, I just closed it. Hold on. Give me a second. Give me 1 second. Do you have any others you want to comment on?
The Nick Castellanos 201 kind of shocking. But like I'm pretty sure
Weston Wilson, Chad Johnson.
Weston Wilson. I don't know where he's from, but I'm not thinking Ohio.
Let's see.
But I'm pretty sure Wheeler's from Georgia, so that makes sense.
Weston Wilson is from North Carolina.
Yeah.
Which I don't blame him for not wearing a Panthers jersey.
Well, I guess Chad is like...
Yeah.
Chad.
His birthday is next Wednesday.
Weston's?
Yep.
Chad. Happy
he
birthday
turns
to
30.
Weston.
Yep. And congratulations on another kid. Or first kid, I'm not sure which.
But yeah. The season starts
Friday.
So I gotta think of what day.
Yeah.
What day will
I could not tell you what day it is anymore.
I think it's Tuesday, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, it is. So I saw that Nick Sirianni was talking about his offensive game planning role being changed with Kellen Moore now being there. He said obviously he loves going into offensive game plan meetings and going in there, sitting in there, listening and contributing, but also being able to step out and go talk to a player, step out and go talk to Howie about our roster, step out and check on the defense. He finds it very freeing that he's able to stretch himself into a bunch of different spots and not be hunkered down in the offensive room. And offensive game plan isn't just plays being called, it's situations, giving my expertise on game management. So it's still really important I'm in there, but also really important that I can talk to other guys as well. That made me super excited because I've seen a lot of Kellen Moore offenses. Like when we signed him, I went out and just watched a bunch of YouTube videos. Very, very excited to see what he does with this roster.
Yeah, especially with how this offense looks. We talked about it last week with the newest wide receiver 3. That's seems like he's a wide receiver 1.
Yeah.
And a great quarterback, great running back, great tight end, great offensive line. It's
Not even just one great running back. Like Kenneth Gainwell, he's really good. Like he's obviously not a starting running back, but he's really good.
But he could get you the stuff you need at least.
Right. I cannot wait. I don't know if they're gonna bring out all their new stuff in week 1. I'm sure they'll try and keep it a little simple, especially since they're in Brazil. I feel like all the players, they just want to focus on the game. They're gonna go to Brazil, play their game, get out.
Yeah. No one wants to be there.
No. I've seen AJ Brown said they gave us a bunch of don't do's in a meeting. Devontae Smith said he doesn't plan on leaving his hotel room. I have a quote here from Slay. He said, "Week 1, I can't wait, but man, I do not want to go to Brazil. They already told us not to leave the hotel. They told us we can't do too much because the crime rate is crazy." I'm like, NFL, why would you want to send us somewhere with a crime rate like this?
Yeah, and I had that written down. I know there's a lot of places that a lot of people out there that said, not even just Eagles fans, just fans in general, you could have had this in Philly.
Yeah.
Sunday night game, unless you still wanted to do it Friday night.
You could have done it in Mexico City or something like you have before.
I guess I get you want to expand, but move it somewhere else. Like
right. Don't have 2 green teams go to a stadium where green is banned.
Yeah.
Like I feel bad for all the fans that are going.
Yeah, because and talking about fans, I know Philly sports trips made their way down. And if the person who started that wants to come on the podcast, I know Philly sports guys down there. We also invite him too.
Yeah.
But I saw that they were having a little fun, drinking, stuff like that.
Yeah. I'm sure there's a lot of fun places there, but at the same time, if players can't go out and do anything, why would you even take them there?
Yeah. And I know, like, usually when people go, like, different places, they bring, like, a mascot, cheerleaders, they have, like, pep rallies, stuff like that.
Right.
Kind of, like, giving that college atmosphere back again.
Yeah.
They're not going to do that. Like,
exactly.
I've heard that, like, there's going to be, like, armored cars and police escorts and stuff like that from hotels to the field and stuff like that. And I just kind of want to, like, see how it's going to affect players' mindsets going into this game. Like,
right.
We need to be on our toes before. Is that going to affect them before the game?
Yeah, they could be a little extra anxious.
I would.
Yeah.
I definitely would be.
I don't see it happening anymore, but I forget who I was talking to a week or 2 ago. I said, I wouldn't be surprised if some players just don't go. Like, if I was a player, I would not go. I'm like, I'm not going to... I can take one game check. I can miss one game check to not, like, I don't want to say risk my life, but go to a really bad area.
Unless you're like Devontae Smith, like if I'm a backup guy, but like I'm probably gonna be on the bench the whole time. What's the point of me going?
But at the same time, I would expect it more from like the big name starters not to go than the bench guys. Like the bench guys want to take every advantage they have to play.
Yeah, but it's still a game that counts, and they want to win this game.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I don't know. I just think NFL might have missed on this.
Oh, I agree. Big Dom is gonna have a lot of cameras on him week 1. I feel.
Revenge Tour.
Yep.
I saw a cool shirt. I think it's by Barstool. It has him on the front, and it says Big Dom Revenge Tour.
That's
and
awesome.
On the back, It's like a concert T-shirt
Yeah.
or like a tour,
Yeah. It has the
whatever,
dates and everything.
and it has the dates on the back, like the schedule. And I was like, oh, that might be a sick T-shirt.
That's
I might
really
have to
cool.
get that one.
Yeah.
So I might have to get that one. But yeah, it's a pretty cool T-shirt.
Yeah. The only other like quotes I have are Nick Sirianni said we are going there with one goal in mind, nothing else. Just want to win the game.
Just winning it out of there.
Yeah. Have you seen the jerseys everyone's wearing?
I think I reposted this on our Instagram. Again, if you guys are not following our social medias, go down in the
Description.
description. Thank you. The description below. Twitter, TikTok, Instagram. All those are down there.
Might do a giveaway sometime soon.
We might, yeah. So make sure you follow those. But I think the Eagles white with the black pants, the black helmets. I think that it's going to be so clean.
Yeah.
I think
it's not any green. Now, speaking of black helmets, they I thought the NFL allowed only 2 helmets per team for a season.
I wonder if this is different.
Right.
So I wonder if
yes, the black helmets have been used before, so I guess they were already got the okay, you can use them.
Mm-hmm.
Because they already released the dates for the Kelly Green stuff. So I'm curious to see if any other teams that have worn other helmets in the past years, if they get to wear 3 helmets this year as well.
Yeah. I was saying more because I don't know if you saw the green bag, but they did not shy away. They're wearing green.
Oh, yeah. They don't have much of an option. If they didn't want to wear green, they'd have to wear their blue and yellow throwbacks with the brown helmet.
I was gonna say you could make a jersey just for the skin, do a yellow with white pants.
Yeah. But at the same time, I cannot tell you if I've ever seen an NFL game with color on color.
Yeah. Well,
actually,
it's white.
Yeah, I forgot Eagles are wearing white. So white and yellow would have been fine.
Yeah. I don't know.
Have the Packers ever worn a yellow jersey?
Mm-mm.
That's kind of surprising.
They could have done a cheese jersey.
Right.
The cheese heads.
Or the Color Rush stuff a few years ago.
I think that's when they did a yellow jersey. I think they had a full yellow jersey.
Yeah. Everyone's wearing bright stuff. Didn't the Eagles have an all black for their Color Rush?
Yes. I was going to say I thought they did lime green, but
nope.
That was Seahawks.
Yep.
That did lime green.
I think the Seahawks still wear that sometimes.
But yeah, so I don't know. It's gonna be a game.
Yeah. Speaking of the game, you want to give our score predictions to cap off the episode? I'm writing these down, and we're gonna go over them next week.
So I definitely want to go do score predictions, and I want to do touchdown predictions. If you want to do anything else,
first touchdown. Maybe first down.
Yeah. I definitely think Eagles are gonna win this game.
Yeah, I agree.
Seen some Eagles fans say that they could lose to the Packers. I'm gonna say the score.
Now, yeah, the Packers are a good team, but the Eagles are better.
I think it's gonna be a close game. I'm saying 24-21.
Ooh. Okay. 24-21?
Yep.
All right. For whatever reason, the number 34 keeps popping in mind for the Eagles. I'm going to say Eagles win 34-20.
Okay. I was going to go 31-21, but...
Do you think they'll get one less touchdown?
Yeah.
First touchdown, I'm going to go with Dallas Goedert.
Okay. I got to go
Saquon.
with my state boy. Dotson, baby.
Really?
on a slant. Throw him on a slant. Pack of the touchdown. Pack of the end zone.
First down. I'm gonna say Saquon Barkley. He's gonna get like a 12 or 13-yard rush.
I was gonna say I'm going ballsy with this, and if I could bet this on FanDuel, I would. Barkley is gonna get the ball first.
That would not surprise me.
The first time that not like the first carry first play of the whole game, but the first play of the Eagles, he's gonna get the ball.
Yeah. Who do you think will have the first down?
Barkley.
Okay.
I think he's gonna give like a 15, 20 yard run to the left.
Yeah.
I'm going deep into this one.
And player of the game.
Player of the game.
Offensive player of the game and defensive player of the game.
Okay. I'm going to go offensive player of the game, Jalen.
Okay.
Defense. I don't know. I think it might have maybe like a defensive end, but there might be a linebacker. Some good plays.
I'm trying to think of my offensive player. I'm going Hurts as well for offensive. I don't see I see all of our receivers having at least a decent game.
Yeah.
Running backs, decent game, and then Hurts is just that all around. He'll have a good game. My defensive player, I can't decide between Nolan Smith and Isaiah Rodgers.
Okay.
I'm saying Isaiah Rodgers.
Two, I was not going to go with. I'm in between three. Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter, and Blankenship.
Okay.
Blankenship.
See, out of all of those, Jalen Carter was highest on my list.
I think we're going to go Jalen Carter.
All right.
4 sacks.
Dang.
I just said that.
Yeah, I know. I wrote that down too. If you're right, you're right.
If I'm right,
if you're right, I'll give you
betting.
$5.
If I'm right, I'll do a bet again. Every week I'll do an Eagles bet for everyone. They can put $50 on it and win it.
Oh, you got anything else?
I think that's it. Just go Birds.
Yeah, go Birds, go Phils.
Go Phils, go Birds.
We will see you guys next week for episode 6, and then we'll announce which player it is that episode. All right, see you, everyone. Like, subscribe, follow all of our socials in the description.
Yeah.